Hello, friends, and welcome to the fairy tale edition of the Story Squad, where today I'm going to introduce the Three Billy Goats Gruff. Now, the book that I have today is retold by Mac Barnett, and I'm going to read you just a little bitty snippet of what is on the inside that he shares with the readers. He goes on to talk about a little bit of background knowledge about him, but then he says, and the book that you are holding is called The Three Billy Goats Gruff. The story was first written in Norway almost 200 years ago, but people have been telling it out loud for a long time before that. And every time someone told the story, they changed it. At least a little bit, and then sometimes they even changed it a lot. Things got added and things got taken out. And at first the story didn't have any pictures because, well, it wasn't set down in a book. And besides, you know, picture books hadn't even been invented then. Even though some people might disagree with that. But he knows that he is right. As you all have probably heard the story of the Three Billy Goats Gruff. Once upon a time, there was a very mean old troll who lived under a bridge. And one day he hears the clomp, clomp, clomp of a little billy goat trying to cross to get to the grass. And he says, "Who is there?" And that scared little billy goat's like, "Oh, it's me." Troll's pretty excited because he loves goat any type of way that he can get it. But that little billy goat says, "You know, if you'll wait for just a little bit longer, there's going to be another billy goat that's even bigger than me. So if you wait, you'll have more goat." The troll's pretty excited and says, "All right, well, let you pass." So he goes on over to the grassy field. That second billy goat arrives and, well, he knows that there's an even bigger goat coming. So he says, "You know, you don't want me either. There's a third billy goat coming." The troll knows that he's just going to wait, so supper can even be better. Now, to find out what happens between the third billy goat and that mean old troll, you're just going to have to read the story. The Three Billy Goats Gruff, retold by Mac Barnett. I hope that you check out this book from your library. And just like we've been saying before, if your librarian doesn't have this, let me know. I would love to send you my copy. Happy reading, friends.
Hello, boys and girls. It's Miss Branch here with your next Story Squad recommendation. I'm excited about this one. So, because it is one that I remember reading when I was a little girl. I remember my mom reading it to me, and we talked so much about this book. I love fairy tales, so I was excited about this week's book recommendations. So, with that being said, I want you to imagine that you were born in a duck family, and everyone looking at you like, "Wait, what are you?" Because that's what happens in The Ugly Duckling. So this poor little bird gets teased for being funny looking. He's too big, and he's totally different from all of the other ducks. He waddles off on a wild adventure trying to find where he belongs, meeting all kinds of animals along the way. But just wait until you see what he grows into. Let's just say that the joke's on everyone who called him ugly. You want to find out how it all ends? Check it out from the library and see for yourself. Happy reading. Bye, friends.
Hey guys, it is me, Miss Kayla from Baldwin. I hope you guys are having a great day. Today's theme is fairy tales. So I picked one of my favorites, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I also like animal print, if you can tell. I wear it a lot. And this is my office. It's wallpapered in animal print. But one of my favorite fairy tales is Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Now, I think that Goldilocks was pretty innocent. She was just walking through the woods. She comes across a house. It's unlocked. she just happens to wander in because maybe she's hungry. She sees some porridge on the table. She starts to taste each one. That's quality control. Quality control. All right. Then she gets a little bit tired and decides to sit in some chairs to see if she can find a comfortable one. She's just looking for some good lumbar support. Who can blame her? And then, of course, after all that, eating and testing out chairs, it just wiped a girl out. She had to take a nap, of course. All right. But if you are interested in the bears version of the story, this is a great one. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And I hope you enjoy it.